In this video, we're going to be doing every single clutch in Minecraft. So, before we begin, make sure to subscribe, and let's get on to the video. Okay, so, in this chest, I have every single item that we can clutch with. These two are ones where you can only fall from a certain height. And then we have these four, which you can only go to the side of it. And these are probably the best ones where you just have to fall onto it. And these are the special ones, which we'll use later on. Okay. So first, we're going to be using the hay bale and the bed. So, let's go down. Okay, before doing the bed, make sure that you have full hunger bars, because this does take you down to very low health if you are going at 47 blocks, which is the height limit for this clutch. Okay, so, first, we're going to go into survival mode, and you're going to see what I mean. There we go, and then we bounce again, and we're at half a heart. Okay, going up much higher for the hay bale, it's at 102 blocks. That is the max limit you can fall from a height onto a hay bale. So, we already have the hay bale down there because I'm not too good at clutching, but you can place the hay bale right before you fall and still be able to do the clutch. So yeah, let's fall down and see how much hearts we get down to, and half a heart. So yeah, this takes you down a lot. Okay, like I said, going back up to the top, the hay bale and the bed, you can only fall from certain heights. But now we're going to go on to the next few blocks. The honey block, ladder, vines, and scaffolding. So, the vines and the ladder, you climb up or go down. As you see, in the honey block, you usually go down it. So, these two, and this is very important. But however, I did mess up with the scaffolding, which is not supposed to be in this group. Okay, going back down, we see that you can easily just fall onto any ladder. So, this can easily be used, and just like vines, it's the same thing. So I place some ladders for vines, and like that, boom. You just have to go on that. Okay, so with the ladder and the vines, you can actually fall on one piece of it, so you can actually clutch it by placing it on a block right before you fall on it. So as you can see, you just climb on that one piece, and now in survival, you can see that, there, you don't take any damage when falling on a vine or a ladder. Okay, next up, we have the honey block, where you just slide down it no matter what, except for the top. If you go on the top, you will die. But if you're on the side, you slide down it. So, now testing this in survival, you can see that, boom, I just slide down it, and like the vine and the ladder, you can just place one block to clutch with it. So, next up, we have these special blocks. So, we have a few special blocks, including Ender Pearl, the Totem of Undying, saddles, lava, and you might be wondering how these work. So first we'll be using an Ender Pearl. So, first, we just have to fall. Okay, and right before we fall, you have to make sure to throw it. Boom. There, you throw it, and it thinks that you just threw it normally. So it doesn't do any damage. Next, Totem of Undying, which you just have to hold it. And it's a feature of Minecraft, but it technically revives you and just gives you another life. Now, we have the Lytra. It's also quite just a feature that you just have to glide with it. So that these may not be considered clutches, but the Ender Pearl might be a clutch, but I don't know about the other ones. But they're on this list. Okay, next up we have the saddle. We can use this on the pig, the strider, I think a horse too, but I'm not 100% sure. But this one was the hardest for me to do, as you have to click really fast, and I wasn't even able to do it, because you have to put the saddle on the pig and then still mount the pig. And as you can see, I couldn't even reach the pig at first. So I wonder, are you able to put the saddle on and then mount the pig? Because as you can see, I was able to put the saddle on but not mount the pig. But this try I finally did survive, but I didn't do both steps in one. So it is possible to do it, and you can also do it on the strider and some other mobs. Okay, next up, the lava bucket and the fire resistance. So just like the water bucket clutch, this is a little bit different, and you can't actually just do it by placing lava under you. And I think this is the perfect size for the lava to survive. So, in fact, it was not the right size to survive. Okay, so falling down, you first have to drink the fire resistance potion, and then you have to actually fall into the pool of lava, which... Oh, I still died. Okay, yeah, it wasn't the right size. Okay, I have changed the size to around 10 blocks in height. So now this should work. And there we go. We survived. But you have to make sure that it's at least a big pool of lava and you have fire resistance. Okay, next up, we have the chorus fruit, where, yeah, if you're just falling from a high place, you can't really do it. But if you're on the edge, you can do it to get down quickly. Okay, moving on to the big ones. We're first going to choose a few of these before we go. So, the cobweb and the 2 vines, and now finally the scaffolding. Okay, so falling down, we have set up a few of them down here. And firstly, the cobweb. You just have to fall in it. No matter how high it is, the cobweb, you can just easily do it. And same with the twisting vine. You just have to fall in it. That wasn't a good example. Okay, this is what I meant. You just have to fall into the twisting vine no matter how high it is, if it's even 1 block. Or if it's many blocks, as you can see. You just fall down it. Next up, the scaffolding. Which, this one is a little bit special because you have to make sure to crouch before you hit it. So, as you can see, you were able to fall down it and clutch, but you have to make sure you shift. Okay, lastly, we have, I don't remember the name, but it's the red thing in my inventory. You just have to make sure to fall in it. And it is hanging, so it isn't really good for clutching, but if you're in a pickle, you can use it. Okay, so next up we have the sweet berry bush, which I didn't mention, but is also a really good one, as you can just fall into it no matter how grown it is, and if there's grass under you, you can just place it. Okay, moving on to some big ones, we have powder snow, which, like the water bucket, you just place under you, and boom. This one I could actually do because I don't think these are too hard. Next up, we have the slime block, which is very bouncy, so make sure you don't jump off it before. Yep, you can also, I did this one too. But as you can see, I bounced very high, and if I moved off of it, I probably would have died. Yeah, I jumped very high. See, I took some fall damage already. Okay, last up, the big one, the water bucket. So this one is probably the most famous clutch or MLG. As you can see, boom. You just place it and you remove it for the full MLG. And this is probably the coolest one. Yeah, you just place it and remove it. Okay, next up we have some special ones. Okay, the boat and the minecart. These are some pretty interesting clutches. As the boat, you basically just fall down. I know you can quickly place the boat and get into it, or quickly dismount the boat before you fall for some extra clutches. Okay, now the minecart, where you have to make sure that there's rails underneath it for you to survive, which will show an example of what happens if there are no rails. But this way, this is not really too much of a clutch because usually clutches are when you're in a panic, but this is more if you're making a roller coaster or something. You won't die. Even though I'm in creative mode, I have tested it in survival mode and you won't die. So now, getting out of the minecart, we can now test it in survival mode. So yeah, first we will remove the rails, as you can see. And now at the top in survival mode, you can see that you will die if there are no rails. So as we're falling from eternity, we'll be able to see, as we approach the ground, there are no rails, and there, you even die before you hit the ground. So, yeah, that is every single clutch in Minecraft. So, if you made it this far, in the comments, tell me, did I forget any clutches, and can you do any of these clutches well? So, make sure to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you in the next Minecraft video. Goodbye!